lined up for today. The first one is Mr. Andrew Tang. He's the country manager for Wantedly, and he's going to explain us more about his company as well as the career opportunities in Wantedly. So, Mr. Tang, you can take it away.
It's a delight to be here today. Thank you, of course, to SIM DAC committee and the volunteers for organizing this event and inviting me to be part of it. As introduced, I'm Andrew from Wantedly. I'm one of the champions for our mission to create a world where work drives passion here in Singapore. I was a SIM student myself. I enrolled in SIM UB in 2009, and I had a chance to head over to Buffalo, New York to study for 2 years as well, between 2011 and 2013. As an undergraduate, I had the most rewarding time of my life, and part of that was being active in student clubs. And I'm so glad that today we can all meet through SIMDAC's event. Personally, I aspire to build ecosystems and I enjoy making meaningful connections. So I'm very much looking forward to do that today with all of you. Without further ado, let me introduce Wantedly, our mission, and the agenda. Okay, so besides the Wantedly introduction, I very much like to chat with everyone about professional branding. And also, since Wantedly is a career portal, and I'm assuming some in the audience today are active job seekers or will be embarking on your job hunt very soon, I'd like to introduce some fresh opportunities available on Wantedly. So in this order, we'll start with an introduction about how Wantedly was founded. Meet Akiko Naka. We call her Naka-san. She's our founder and CEO. She founded Wantedly with our mission 10 years ago in Tokyo. And today in Japan, we are the de facto hiring platform. That's right, we have grown a lot. We have grown very big over in Japan. Our modern hiring platform aims to connect employers and also talents based on shared purpose and shared values, not just salary, not just benefits. So through our journey in 2016, late 2016, Wantedly came to Singapore and we officially launched early 2017. Besides Singapore, we are also in Hong Kong. Our journey here is just starting, all right? The journey is still ongoing to improve the way job seeking is done. We firmly believe that job seeking should be more than just salary and more than just about benefits. It is equally important, if not more important, to align both companies and job seekers in values, in mission, in purpose. And that's what we're here to achieve. This is a photo taken at our 10th birthday back in 2019. I remember it was September. I had the privilege to attend this event, this company event over in Tokyo. Of course, all this was before the pandemic hit in 2020. Amongst many accolades, self-taught coder Akiko, she was the youngest woman to bring a startup public in 2019, Akiko was listed by Forbes as one of the 25 power women in Asia. Next to Akiko's photo, you can see Yoshi. Yoshi, he is Wantedly's CEO. He is a celebrity coder, extremely famous and renowned in the tech circle. Since day one, Wantedly has had a strong tech DNA. And in our company, we have one of the most headcount in the engineering tribe. Our departments are called tribes. And to this point, I will share with you one of our related company values later. Both Akiko and Yoshi, they are true inspiration for us in achieving our mission daily and to help job seekers. They walk the talk to help job seekers discover companies you can love discover careers you will be passionate about. So now, with our mission, with our background, with our history, uh, having been introduced, what is the Wantely way? I've said that Wantely is a modern hiring platform. We are also a business social network. The intrinsic motivation in all of us today is to find a company we love and a career that we can be passionate about. Employers, on the other side, they also want to find the right fit and keep the right talent, keep the best talents. To achieve all of that, at Wantely, we ensure that we achieve a right fit and a good match of shared purpose, shared values, preset of expectations between the employer and the talent. We encourage the companies to engage with you. We encourage companies to engage with job seekers even before they join the company and for a long time after. A note to job seekers, on Wantely, your job search will not be able to be shaped in a spray and pray approach, unlike traditional job platforms. Let me explain more, okay? For both companies and talents, it is important to start with why. People may take notice of you for what you do, right? I'm a student, I'm a country manager at Wantely, but they will only connect with you deeper or follow you, remember you because of why you do. Why are you in the SIMDAC? Why are you here today? One more thing unique about Wantely, while salary is important, as we bid to match purpose and values, we actually do not provide salary information in our platform's job postings. The reason is simple. Salary, no doubt, it is important, but we believe that it should not be the motivation of a job seeker. Motivation should not begin with salary. Salary discussions can come at the first meeting, they can come at the final interview, but not at the first motivation stage. Our philosophy is entrenched in the Wantely visit, which we develop into our own take of a first interview. It's a modern interview process. On our career portal, instead of applying to a job, you let the employer know that you are interested. Traditionally, interviews are one dimensional, one directional, but as a talent, you really want a two-way communication. Otherwise, you hardly get a chance to show your personality, nor do you get a chance to learn more about the company and the role. So, Wantely visit is different. We encourage the employer to show the environment, show the work environment, introduce the team members. After all, you are going to work like 60-70% of your waking hours. You really wish you can like the people you work with, right? And also to suggest the culture, share more about the values. Wantely visit is our modern take, as I mentioned, of a more casual interview, more like dating rather than jumping into a pre-arranged marriage. Speaking of values, I'd like to introduce one of our very own. And this goes back to the strong tech DNA over here at Wantedly. Out of the 6 values in our company, Code Wins Arguments is one that guides us along very much in our day-to-day execution. Adopted from Facebook's own culture, allow me to explain further about this particular value and why I think it will be interesting for our audience today. The explanation and the guide behind Code Wins Arguments is as such. Constructing a hypothesis is important, but that is not the essence, that's not the crux either. A hypothesis is different based on who constructs it. You can discuss all you want about what's right and what's not, but that is not going to lead anywhere. So it is crucial to make a decision with presumably limited information and move forward. Facebook has this code wins argument saying internally as well. And Their thought process is rather than discuss what's right and not for hours on and hours on, you can make a prototype. You can test it first, try it first. If it doesn't work, well, now we know, now we learn. So the time taken to discuss might have been a waste. Now, by acting on your hypothesis, you will learn the results much quicker. So there's no point in saying, I think, when you're not even the target user in the first place. You are just suggesting something. So for B2C products, create a product prototype and let users test it and see how they react to it. This is what we call developing a minimum viable product. You can afterwards track the user's behavior, how they interact with this prototype. For B2B products, and Wantedly, as a platform, we have B2C and B2B as well. We often see sales team, going to the tech team, and they are like insisting, hey, I will sell more if you add this feature. I will sell more if you add this function. And the developer team, they will usually resist. It's quite natural for them to do so. In that case, rather than debating, let's go for the value of code wins arguments. It's a lot quicker and convincing if the sales team can bring 10 clients who say that they want this product, they want this feature, rather than just debating over and over again without any data, without any insights, without any information to back up their argument. So, bottom line, don't waste time arguing, just do it. So we have talked about one of Wantedly's values, and I'd like to pose a question to our audience today. In the modern job seekers journey, purpose is very important. I said that we cannot spray and pray. That means we must be deliberate in our job search. So regarding values, how does that apply to us now, to students, to job seekers? The challenge for you is to know yourself, tell your story, and you have to be relevant. This will be the origin of your personal brand and your professional branding. All right. And the first step is always start with why. Looking at this golden circle, championed by Simon Sinek, most people start from outside in. That means, at any time, an individual or a company, they will say what we do, and they will say how we do it. But more often than not, they just rarely talk about their why, why they do what they do. But think about it, regardless of what you do in your life, the why, this very important aspect, your driving purpose, your cause or your belief is the strongest motivation. It will never change. All right. So always start with why. Once again, the why is your purpose, it is your motivation, it is what you believe in. Now we look at the other circles as well, moving out. How refers to the actions you will take, including leveraging on professional tools to build your personal brand online. That's part of the topic today, right? So how is the process? Finally, the outermost circle, what? What is the result? What refers to the result? But it's important to note that this is not a finishing line because we are always in beta. We should always be improving, always innovating, keeping up with the times, being relevant, being resilient. So with this picture in mind, starting with why is the first step, but we should always bear in mind that it's not just what or how you do that matters, as we have established. It's also not sufficient to just have the why. What matters most is the what and how you do are consistent with your why. So we are now moving on to the how part. And I would like to invite everyone to please just take a minute to sign up for your Wantely profile at sg.wantely.com. We also have a mobile app, which you can find on Apple or Google. And this is a free user account and your first step to personal branding online for your professional pursuits. Your professional brand, it will showcase your unique strengths, right? It will set you apart. It will show people how you differ from your competition. In this case, we are facing a tight job market. It's really competitive right now. I think we all recognize that. So your personal brand, your professional brand will assist you in defining who you are, what makes you great, and why you should be hired. This brand will communicate your reputation, your value to your future employer. If you have had a chance to go to the site or download the app, Wantely can help you showcase your personal branding, which should offer highlights that show you are that show you are purpose driven and show that you have good culture fit with the companies, with the employers on our platform. And I'd like to share a quote with everyone to remind us about the importance of your motivation and your action. Great companies, they don't just hire skilled people and try to motivate them. Instead, great companies, they hire already motivated people and they inspire them. So building your professional brand online is part of a modern job seeker's journey. At Wantely, as a platform, we have company and employer profiles. We also have user and job seeker profiles. As a platform, we have two sites here. So the user profiles allows you to tell your story and connect with your peers and connect with employers. You guys are in for a treat. We just launched last week. Wantely's brand newly revamped profile has a completely new look. Now, it's easier than ever to bring your resume to life. First of all, you can customize your profile URL. Secondly, we have a whole new UI that allows you to create timelines to showcase your achievements and your ambition. I've put two examples here. They are real life profiles, one of them being mine. A quick introduction, which is what the Wantely profile allows you to do, right? Think of it as your cover letter come resume. So I am passionate about helping people help others. And I've always sought to do so by building communities or be part of an ecosystem. Wantely, when I joined, we had about 60,000 users. Today, we have over 80,000 users in Singapore. So we are a growing platform. We are a solid community, and we have the potential to become an ecosystem. And with my purpose, with my why, and with my how, building communities and ecosystem, let's look at the what. As the saying goes, it's better to teach a man to fish, you know, rather than give him a fish, because if you teach a man how to fish, he won't go hungry for another day. And that's why I was so motivated, so inspired, and so driven to join Wantely and to lead together with our team in achieving our mission, because we believe that we can help job seekers here in Singapore. And it would be my dream if I can help the thousands of job seekers on our platform discover meaningful and purposeful careers. So, speaking of our team, together we are relentless in our pursuit to empower and uplift job seekers. And you can meet one of my colleagues here, Jeremy. I've selected his profile here because he actually just joined us barely a month in. Make that 1 month and 2 days. He just celebrated his 1 month anniversary. He joins us as a marketing associate, and he's one of us as well. He graduated from SIM RMIT. So his profile is here. At the end of this session, I can provide our respective links so that you can connect with us, provided you have a Wantely profile. I invite you guys once again to start your journey with us. Just head over to sg.wantely.com. Now, this big question, right? Are companies still hiring? As we head into 2021, there's no turning back. We are already at the end of January. As we move along from 0 to 1, that is 2020 to 2021. And having heard, I think earlier in the week from another industry speaker about how hindsight is 2020, right? Let's focus on the outlook for 2021. I need to touch on an extremely serious topic that has affected all of us. We just emerged from 2020, the year of the pandemic. COVID-19 has changed our world and our lives. Students in the audience, or alumni as well, all of us job seekers, we are some of the most adversely impacted. And as a career platform, Wantely, we know firsthand how difficult it is. Let's be frank, for close to 12 months now, we see recurring headlines over and over again of retrenchment news, of layoffs news. Dare we even think about which companies are hiring? How is the job market? Everyone's asking. What are our job prospects? As you prepare for graduation, as you embark on your career development journey, the question remains, are companies still hiring? And the answer is a resounding yes. Yes, companies are hiring. At Wantely, pre-peak COVID, we already recognize that the crisis is a fight bigger than ourselves. When the pandemic struck, we knew straight away that we couldn't afford to just think of our users only or our companies only. Those that are within our platform, yes, we'll take care of them. But how about those beyond? We must stand up and help the community, help the job seeker community, which includes all of us. So we came up with the idea of a hiring freeze tracker because at that time, we wanted to collate information of companies that had layoffs or headcount freezes so as to help job seekers get firsthand and get direct information. Once they get that information, to put it bluntly, okay, no chance already, I got to move on. Move on to the next opportunity, move on to the next application, rather than wait in vain, right? Using Airtable integration, design and development of this site took just under a week. As a live tracking and user-generated list, the site also provides a form for companies and individuals to contribute and to submit to the rapidly growing list. Some job seekers will have experienced it. Once again, back to the pain point that we're trying to solve, right? Job seeker, trying your absolute best, doing everything right. Yet you don't hear back from the HR manager. Yet you don't hear back from the recruiter. You don't hear back from the company that you applied to. Because, hey, suddenly the crisis resulted in this company, they cannot afford to hire anymore. The company is suffering, they got to cut costs. So with this information that we are putting out there, it's community source. We try our best to verify it as soon as possible. You get first-hand information of companies' hiring status. Once again, all of us at Wantely, we feel passionately about the employment situation. So when we set out to do this, we knew that we wanted to make it free for the community. Think of it as a community initiative to support everyone on a larger scale. And now back to the resounding yes to the question, are companies still hiring, right? After months of collecting information from our own resources and with the help of our community, we have put together a list of over 1,000 companies. We are constantly trying to verify the information, like I said, but the message I want to give all of you is there is room for optimism in the job market. You know why? Out of all these 1,000 plus companies, more than 80% are hiring. That is really good news, especially since when we first set out to do this, we call it the hiring freeze tracker, right? Not the hiring tracker. So it's much better than we expected. We thought that we were only going to get companies who had layoffs, who had furloughs. Really, really outstanding news instead. Very welcome news. But we must be measured in this optimism because we see that majority of these companies that are hiring, they are not really hiring aggressively as well. They're hiring just a few roles as opposed to multiple roles for growth and expansion. And this correctly reflects the business sentiment now, where hiring is more cautious, hiring is a bit uneven across sectors and across industries. If you want to see the breakdown of what I just mentioned, I welcome everyone to visit wantely.com/hiring_freeze/SG. And you can check out the data that we have collated. Now, for the exciting part. Companies are hiring. Where are they? Where to find them? How do you get in front of them? Why on Wantedly, of course. Allow me to introduce fresh opportunities, all right? And these are just a select few. There are plenty more on our platform. Starting with Wolfgang Creatives. They are an advertising marketing agency in Singapore focused on Facebook leads generation for their clients. And I believe it was just in 2020 where they got recognized, where they got officially included as a premium marketing partner with Facebook. What this means is they are a certified team of Facebook experts. So we have an interesting opportunity with them. The role includes managing up to 45 of their client accounts, and that's something to behold. You're going to have that kind of network if you were able to take up this role. So if it's up your alley, if you are pursuing digital marketing, check this out. Next, let's have a look at Sparkline. Sparkline is a 7-year-old data analytics consultancy startup headquartered in Singapore with clients across the region. Through a range of customized consulting, education, and in-house technology, Sparkline helps businesses focus on digital maturity, capability building, and data governance. I've met the team at Sparkline. They have a really close-knit family type of culture, and this can be seen in their core motto, teamwork makes the dream work. The members at Sparkline, in fact, they often refer to themselves as the United Nations of Sparkline. How awesome is that? They not only work with international clients, but also have a wonderfully diverse team in terms of nationality, in terms of skill sets, and of course, personality. So they're hiring several roles. It could be up your alley. They're hiring for data engineer, UI, UX, data analyst, product manager, business development as well. The next one we see here is VR Collab. It's a homegrown startup. And VR Collab's mission is to redefine collaboration and design coordination in the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. And their solution uses real-time rendering and multi-user VR technology to enable communication of building information. Hence the name, right? VR and Collab. In this new normal where the construction sector, as we all know, was extremely badly hit by COVID-19, VR in the industry has definitely become more critical for safety and for operations. As a local tech startup, VR Collab is invested in by SG Innovate and Entrepreneur First, who are some of the biggest names in the deep tech startup ecosystem. In fact, they were the first batch of startups that were invested by Entrepreneur First in Singapore. The highlighted role here is a developer intern. So head over to that link to check out the opportunities. Now, more fresh opportunities you can see here, including work done. Starting with this SME, they have a presence in both Singapore and Malaysia. And their bold tagline reads, to spread the power of technology to do good. Work done automates and optimizes processes with solutions to quickly and intelligently transform the way businesses are managed. Most recently, in light of COVID, They have rolled out many solutions to help companies digitalize their business and remain relevant and resilient. The company values their people by empowering them to tap into their talents and aspirations for the good of the society, for the good of their company, of course, and all their users. Work done is hiring for BD, sales managers, operations technical execs, which is the role highlighted here. Next, we have Energy Wave Worldwide. Founded in 2017, this company, they comprise of a group of committed individuals looking to help people feel and live better without reliance on additive substances or invasive procedures. The line of cutting edge products that help bring good health to people of all backgrounds um, are under their brand, and they strive to continuously develop more and more innovative products to cement their position as the leading player in the holographic wellness market. That's something new to me as well. The role featured here is an e-commerce executive position, and you'll be looked upon to generate data-driven commercial insights, perform data mining and analytics, and prepare insight reports on all the aforementioned data mining activities. Finally, on the right, we have Pentabase. Pentabase is a Korean tech company that is launching one of their flagship products in Singapore. This is a community app called Goalkeeping. Goalkeeping is a goal achievement mobile application that provides the optimum environment for users to achieve clear goals and to develop consistent habits through various projects. Users are asked to deposit an entry fee to lock themselves in and to encourage them not to give up on their goals. How interesting. When users achieve their goal, then they can get the reward and then they can be reimbursed in recognition for their achievement. Having just set up in Singapore, they are recruiting for pioneer members to join the goalkeeping startup. A few more fresh opportunities to share with everyone today. Deal Street Asia, they are a media company based in Singapore that covers all deals as the name suggests. Their aim is to become indispensable to the entrepreneur and investment community by providing deals data, intelligence, and also perspective on some of Asia's most opaque markets to international and regional investors. Deal Street Asia also tracks startups that are disrupting the status quo and playing an important role in the evolution of the fastest growing region in the world. So, District Asia, what are they looking for? Who are they looking for? They're looking for someone to drive subscription growth for their media platform, to improve customer loyalty, and to increase brand awareness of the suite of news and related data products. This role will be responsible for delighting and acquiring customers across paid, owned, and earned channels. All right. And the ideal candidate should be data driven and have the ability to turn qualitative and quantitative data into insightful action plans and strategies. We have a startup here as well, Mintrust. The Mintrust Group is a digital financial services solutions provider. They boast a range of international clients and global investors. It was founded on the belief that everyone can gain access to financial and investment solutions that meet their individual requirements and objectives. As a digital marketing intern, which is the role featured here, you get to maintain user data and strategize targeted communications with proper user segmentations and also manage the Mintrust GA account, the Google Analytics account. Last but not least, Firstcom Solutions. This company provides digital solutions to bring brands online and to grow their conversions. Firstcom Solutions create magnetic content and inbound marketing strategies from performance-based data to attract more customers. This company is a web design and digital marketing agency in Singapore, and they are doing all things digital. And in so doing, they empower companies in their digital transformation journeys. They have a few roles open on our platform on Wantedly, including project executive. That's the position highlighted here. So I've mentioned about optimism. I've shown you guys this fresh opportunities. There's more good news. Wantedly is hiring. In respect of time, I'm going to give you guys a chance to explore yourselves or, speak with me about the potential opportunities on our platform or even the opportunity to, join the Wantedly team, be part of our family. All right. So in order to explore the opportunities, you can head over to the link on this page. Now, I'm really grateful, really appreciative of everyone's time this evening. Really, really, really thankful to the DAC committee for putting this event together, for inviting myself and representing Wantedly to share with you guys more about our mission to create a world where work drives passion. A quick recap and tip for our audience today, all right? Wantedly, as a platform, we allow you to present your professional branding online. And with your Wantedly profile, and that's right, you get to be one of the first to experience the new Wantedly profile that was just launched last week. You can also apply to companies, which I introduced today, and even more that are on our platform that you can continue to discover. The respective links are over there, and I'll be happy to share the resources across to the committee to share with the members as well after this. I believe that we have a location for Q&A, so I'll take the lead from the organizer if there's time for Q&A, and I really hope to continue engaging with each of you, if not now, after the session.
All right, thanks a lot, Andrew. It was really informative and like learned a lot about Wantedly in general. For Q&A, someone can drop. Yeah, there's a link right now in the chat because some people are too shy to like talk, so they can type in the questions in the link. And Andrew, you'll find whatever the questions come, they'll be like piling up there, so you can click on the link too. So if anybody has any questions for Andrew regarding Wantedly or anything in general about the talk, just type in the link. It's in the chat right now. All right, we wait maybe like 5 minutes. The question should be piling in soon.
No problem. And I guess I'll just share a little bit more. We are very active on our own platform, that is wantedly.com. But if you guys were to follow our social media, including Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn as well, or choose to subscribe to our newsletter, we actually send out career resources through our social posts, through our weekly newsletter. And in that addition to the career resources, we also send out job recommendations, direct job recommendations to our users. So that's something that the audience can look forward to. I guess a more personalized, a more hands-on approach from our team, from our Wantedly team. All right. In the event there's no questions, oh, okay. Hi, thank you for your question. So Wantedly, we can hire and we can offer internship for international students, provided that the right passes are in place. So to be honest, we have identified a few outstanding candidates from SIM before. Myself being part of the alumni, I always look to recruit from my alma mater. But it boiled down to a question of the right pass to be eligible for the internship. So it's not about whether you're international or not, it's whether you can do an internship in Singapore during your undergraduate, during your school. And I mean, just to share through our years, through our years in Singapore, we have had a very internationally diverse team. We have had Japanese, we have had American, we have had Indonesian, we have had Koreans. The list goes on. So we welcome a diverse team. Okay, see a few more questions coming in. Internships, depending on your preference, it can be good news or bad news. The answer is that they are physical since phase 2. So we actually hired 2 new members peak COVID during CB. So interview, hiring, onboarding, and subsequent work during CB was all done remotely. No choice, right? But the moment phase 1 and then phase 2 open up, we got to meet with one another and work with one another. And right now, being in phase 3, provided community cases don't surge again, we are working physically, we are working safely. So we have a split team arrangement, and we work out of office, a physical office over in WeWork. So we have a private office in WeWork. The location is in Jalan Besar. I'll go ahead and take the other questions. The quick one is, what programming related jobs will be available in Wantedly? All our tech team sit in HQ, which is in Japan. So we have a large engineering tribe over there. Within the engineering tribe, there's an international business engineering team, which supports Singapore and Hong Kong, but they sit in Japan. And in this team, we have engineers from Iran, we have engineers from India, we have engineers from Ireland. So it's also a very diverse team, Japanese, of course. And the range of tech roles is a full spectrum. It's a full spectrum, just that it's over in Tokyo, Japan. Now and then, we have considered hiring tech talent to be based in Singapore and Hong Kong, but it hasn't been the most priority need for our engineering team. What do you think is the most important trait for job seeker? This is a very important question. It's something that I apply in our own recruitment process. And I think the baseline is, all of us here, we should have the fundamentals, right? We should show that we are a diligent student, we are disciplined, we should have active participation on campus, we should be polite, all this bare minimum baseline. But what sets you apart and what I look out for with the backdrop of the COVID pandemic, I call it goodwill shown to the community. So if today you are a job seeker and you're applying to me, I would like to ask you, what have you done besides your schoolwork, besides your CCA, besides your own self-care and time for your family? What have you done other than that, right? And if you can display that you have gone above and beyond to help someone, a community, a group of people, just outside, that is outside of your immediate circle, I will look upon you as a candidate very favorably, because in good times, it's easy for us to help people. We can be helpful, we got extra time, we are taken care of, let's help other people. But in bad times, this shows how resilient you are, right? And this career resilience is a buzzword for the last few months, but nobody really can define it. And for me, for my own recruitment process, I define it as career resilience shown by displaying goodwill beyond your own circle. And why this is important? Because it will be very attractive for the employer. Employers today are looking for talents that will stick with them, that will serve them, not just in good times, but in bad times as well. somebody who can stand up and be counted. That's something that I would advise you guys to look out to do. And it can be applied, even in your CCA, even in your student clubs. All right. What's the difference between Wantely and LinkedIn? Do I need to make both accounts? Okay. Uh, Wantely and LinkedIn, on a very aspirational level, we differ in our mission. We differ in our why. So LinkedIn is clearly out there to become the largest professional network, and they have done so very admirably. And by the way, this large professional network has a feature for jobs. Wantely, on the other hand, from the get-go, our mission is all about jobs, jobs, jobs. Our mission is to create a world where work drives passion, where employers can match with talents based on shared purpose and shared values. By the way, we have a feature which allows you to connect with one another. So this is a very aspirational difference. My answer to you is you should be on Wantedly. You can create an account with your LinkedIn, but the information will not be transferred over. So you have to do your unique profile on Wantedly, introduce yourself, share your ambition, and timeline your experience and achievements. And why should you go on Wantedly? First of all, LinkedIn can be a bit scary at times. Let's face it, you see people with 500 or 5,000 connections, and as an undergraduate, you're thinking like, oh my goodness, I don't even have 500 friends on my phone book, right? Maybe you guys have, but it's mind blowing sometimes. So Wantedly is much friendlier. We won't scare you away like that. Next is the opportunity. So on LinkedIn, it's really crowded. There's a flood of information, of sometimes noise. You get people, selling on LinkedIn as well. On Wantedly, it's very much more purposeful. You are there to tell your professional brand, to show your professional brand, and to connect with employers that you deem a good fit with you. Finally, Wantedly, we attract a group of companies that really speak our language, that really believe in our mission. And these companies, oftentimes, they are unique. Most of their jobs can only be found on Wantedly. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a good number of companies exclusively post their job postings on Wantedly only because they believe in what we're trying to do. They believe that our pool of job seekers, and that includes you guys, are purposeful, are a right fit for them. So that's my advice. And if and when you have your Wantedly profile already, feel free to connect with me. And I would like to, just extend it to the audience. If you have questions about polishing your profile, making it look good, making it look attractive, feel free to ping me, and I will try to take time during the week within my schedule to just give you guys some tips, some tricks on how to, get more attention on Wantedly from employers. If I'm not wrong, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 questions were all that were submitted. Um, Last call for any questions.
All right. If there are no more questions, then thanks a lot, Andrew, for the presentations. We really appreciate it.